Hello, welcome to Gene Key of the Day. I'm Elijah, substituting for Miss Amma Lightweaver. And this is our dragonfly, who's able to ride on the gentle wind. And that's what today's Gene Key is, Gene Key 57. The sun is illuminating this incredible archetype of the gentle, the softness that penetrates all things. The Gene Key moves from unease to intuition to clarity. And this is all about decisions and how we make decisions. You know, the victim state is being hesitant or impetuous with our decisions. Because unease is a very physical thing when we cannot feel at ease with our situation, with our presence. The present moment with our interactions with someone else, or with a project, or with our home, or our work, or our government, when there is a dis-ease and not in harmony with the system as a whole. And unease is rooted in this intuition that was here to protect us on a survival level, is here to protect us on a survival level. The unease is that knowing that a storm is coming before you can even see it on the horizon, just smelling it, hearing it on the wind, feeling the shift in temperature ever so subtly, softly. And that was the early warning system for our bodies to run from danger or to find shelter or whatever it was that the message was bringing to our awareness. But as we've developed the mind now processes this information of the bodily unease. And instead of being an early warning system that restrains the fear until the moment of actually using that adrenaline to run from the tiger that's about to eat us, the unease became anxiety because it's being processed by the mind. It doesn't know what is right. It can feel change coming, but doesn't know how to properly respond to that change. So that's what we're relaxing into, and this week especially, to relax in our decisions to softness, to discover the clarity and the subtleties in the moment, in the exchange. Fear of money, fear of control, fear of the ways that we're not enough in our reality. This is still a theme that's playing out through this Libra, time. And so understanding our relationships with one another and understanding where there is discomfort and dis-ease. And instead of being hesitant in our decisions and constricting our intuition, our intuitive knowing, when every cell in our body knows what is right, and then the mind puts the anxiety of, well, that doesn't make sense, or that, goes against something that I've been conditioned to think is right or correct. When our body knows, how can we learn to listen and trust that intuition, the spontaneous clarity that can arise from the body, from the cellular knowing, from a pure state of being? That's where clarity spontaneously arises from. So just be mindful of where the mind suddenly clamps down on something your body knows is correct. And then impetuousness is the acting so quickly, so hastily, without care. We can act with such deep care to each moment. Or we can choose to rush the decision because we don't want to feel the fear that we're feeling. So be mindful of where do we disperse out of this a really sharp clarity that just knows what it is, and that's the decision, and that's it, and that's where we're moving forward. Just be mindful of that energy and how that cutting energy is actually rooted in fear. Clarity is soft, is gentle, it moves in spirals. It may be quick, change may happen suddenly, but it is harmony with its surroundings. It is the Tai Chi, this is the Aikido master of life that's able to move and spiral and respond to reality. It's not rooted in fear. It's rooted in an openness, an open, relaxed fullness. So this intuition, we can relax and listen to the soft voice inside. That intuition is our guidance system. It is our way of acting in harmony with reality. It's the healthy cell membrane that listens to what the environment is saying, listens to the code inside, and listens with how can I best communicate with these two experiences of the inner and outer in harmony with the whole organism. So listen to the clues this week in your life. The subtle invisible spirals of consciousness hidden in all things. The gentle wind is a spiral, is the invisible spirals that are present all the time, but our consciousness is simply bringing our awareness to them, to the pattern as it unfolds. I had this great moment with the gentle wind as I was contemplating these Bhagavad. I was watching the incense smoke curl during my tea ceremony. And tea ceremony is all about presence and bringing our present awareness to the moment to listen to the subtleties as the energy of the tea moves through our body, the waterfalls of chi that emerge from listening to the soft, subtle teachers of these plants, these leaves. So the incense is curling, and I had that moment of, oh right, the spirals are already in the air around me. The incense smoke is simply illuminating the contours of the invisible. So how can we take a soft yet penetrating approach, like wind, the weathering of rocks in these beautiful canyons, weathered by wind, by the softest thing, be like water, the soft yet penetrating influence of spirit, of consciousness, how the breath of life is moving and shaping all things. So the invitation in Gene Key 57 and this week and in all times is to approach all aspects of our life with softness. And that's not a flaccid, letting, pathetic, I'm going to kind of touch you, a softness, a gentleness that is fully present and aware, to follow the path of least resistance, to be the most efficient with the energy. The warrior, the healer, the sage, these aspects use their energy efficiently for the greatest benefit by listening to the intelligence of the body and of Mother Nature and of reality. Listening to that whispering wind. What clues have you heard today, this week, these past massive cycles of change that have been happening in your personal life and our collective life? Let's approach those things with care, deep care, to allow the most beneficial and beautiful and harmonious development of our life together to occur from a place of listening to the symphony being told. I want to end this transmission with a little awareness of its programming partner, the arousing thunder, Gene Key 51, agitation, initiative, awakening. And right now, the sun is in Libra, is in Gene Key 57, and opposite that is Uranus in this key in 51, its programming partner. So Uranus, this bringer of change, this liberating agent, the bringer of change and the breaker of chains. Whereas stuck energy, stagnant energy being riled up, and it's in this arousing thunderbolt, this awakening electrical energy that's going to agitate the places of the shadow and use it in initiative and creative, interdependent relationships where we can channel that energy, this influx of energy happening in our lives into service, into its next initiation, and igniting this awakening on a deeper level. So I love this balance of the gentle wind and the arousing thunder. And these powerful tools right now that we're given, where massive change may be happening, the tower may be crumbling, the lightning bolt is struck. So we ground in. We give a place for that current to ground into the earth. We keep open and clear so that the channels are open enough so that the electrical energy just flows right through. It doesn't get stuck in the mind and the neurology and the stress and the unease and the agitation. Flows We redirect that energy into what the current is subtly, softly telling us where to go. Trust that life will put us in the path of least resistance when we align to that current. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Gene Key of the Day. Many blessings. Oh my God, I forgot!